work out.
This parachute release looks great there.
Yeah. So yeah, all the rear hinges and actuators come out of that pocket there. Yeah, if you look. Welcome back. We are back in the shop. We've been gone for 4 days. Justin and I had to go work with the Patriots and fly jets, and Justin got his first jet fight, huh? Right? Okay, we put
Good.
Justin into the fire here. What'd you think, Justin?
Oh man, it was so fun. It was unbelievable. It was real good. Lots of fun.
And Paul busted out a bunch of really cool stuff while we were gone. We got our radio box in here. Got this amazing glove box. Look at that. Go ahead and open it.
He is a bad dude.
We have a new one coming because that one's all chunked up, but yeah, isn't that amazing? Got our parachute handle right here. This is our box basically to just gather all of our wiring together and get it all kind of buttoned up to drop down the tubes to get down to our other stuff here. Dash is all done, and now he's working on these roof liners right here. So these panels are all going in now, and we're going to move that handle back just a tiny bit. It's a little bit far forward for my liking, and the cables are connected to it already. Got this panel going in. This will probably all get ultra deck and added cross bracing up in here. So this adds strength to the ski tower and the roof panel. So now this whole section is like really strong and has no give if somebody's using the ski tower. Our radios going in there. Here's our parachute mechanism. Looking sharp. Now we are about to start working on the parachute program. Yeah, I'm quite burnt out from this last weekend. But anyway, more stuff showed up here. We've got Heims for our turbo standoffs have shown up. We got our Zeus fasteners for here and several other spots. They're rivet in style. These go with the Heim. That's already done. This is our pin for our parachute release. So once the parachutes fire back here, you can remove the whole parachute, wad it up, put it in the boat, go away. The bags will still be here, but the parachutes won't be attached to the boat. Make it real easy to remove them. Our parachute release handle, this will get a remove before flight lanyard put on it to go up there where Paul is, so that we don't accidentally release the parachute from inside until we're ready to use it. And more hose clamps for the water system. Back to work. We screwed up. Okay, what we didn't take into consideration is when you put the ball in there, use a white one. There's a flat surface right here. And I came up with this at the last minute after we'd filled the tank, that there's a chance that this ball could actually get sucked and seal off the end of the Heim on the inside, or that cavity, or if nothing else, at least restrict the flow significantly. So what we came up with is we're gonna make this hoop. We drill a hole here and here, both sides of this, like that, and install that on the inside of the tank to basically block any ball from being able to be trapped against that space. So this will go inside the tank like that, poke through, we'll weld it here, that'll stop the balls from being able to get to block that thing off. So basically we're going to remove this, going to pull that out.
That's your packing string.
Packing string. Now we're going to pull the pin and open it up.
Pull it up a little bit.
There's the spring, the drobe chute.
Okay.
And the packing bag is already packed. They actually fit in there pretty comfortable. We will eventually completely open one so you guys can see them. They're pretty cool. We looked inside a little bit, but there you go, 2 parachutes. So we have the parachute box just getting welded in. We've got the strap hooks for it. As you see, we've taken the parachutes apart. We've got our Mr. Fix-It problem for the fuel tank balls going in right now. Should have the parachute brackets all done today, and tomorrow get back on the roof panels and so on. We've got all the balls back in here. We've got our spacer in here that basically protects this from getting blocked for any reason. Here's the question. If you can guess this right, the first person to guess this number right, I'm going to send you some Mojo merch, Mojo H2O merch, and maybe even some Pirahna merch. But first person to get right, how many of these wiffle balls did it take to fill this tank? This is a 24-gallon tank. Here's a good look at it. A little tapered on the end. How many balls did we put in this tank? First person to guess, get some merch. So our fuel tank is completely done. For now, we're not going to run the spare tank for testing. So I've just got this one capped off. This will be our return, our fill, our vents. This is all sealed with little O-rings. I should have shown that, but put little O-rings inside of here so no fuel can travel through the threads and actually escape through here. And then we've got, of course, the gasket material in here. We've got gasket material in here, and I've got to pull these and put the O-rings on these ones as well. But yeah, this fuel tank is completely done and ready to go in the boat for testing. Most of the plumbing done here on the heat exchanger side, where we got the in and out for our heat exchanger, through our heat exchanger for our oil system, into our catch cans. Got all the clamps on. We've still got the one for the engine cooler side that we've got to put in over here. That'll go in tomorrow. Got all of our coils and our spark plug wires ran, our spark plugs in, and most of the wiring. So this side of the motor is pretty much wrapped up, except for our discharge line is going to come over here. Then all the ones on that side, our fuel tanks ready to go in. And our parachute box is almost done. Just adding a couple little fascia pieces in here Paul's making right now. You'll see it all done here in just a second. All right, the end of another day. The parachute box is completely made. We got a couple cup holders coming, shallow ones for here. They'll be here Wednesday. We've got our parachute locked in place. Both parachutes will connect here. We've already got the plates drilled, waiting for some nut zerts to go in here. All the welding's done. The quick couple pin beautifully slips in and out. She is done, and added a little fascia here just to give it a little bit of three-dimensional look. Beautiful work. Thanks, man. So this is the first of the two parachute bags. This is the plate that goes inside the bag that gets mounted through the bag into there, and then the bag's loose, and then we pack the chute, put the tether to here, and then we'll run our cables probably out the wall right here and around this corner right like this, somewhere right in here, I would think. All right, we have our parachute handle in place now, and now we've got to put the brackets in to hold the cables, and then we'll route the cables to the back. We've got a safety pin in place already. We've drilled the hole for that. That's working really well to safety it from inside. And next, we're going to work on our fire suppression system. This shot looks like a frickin' Hiroshima. Our 360 fire suppression system going in today. Got our button drilled for it. This is the control panel. It's going to get cut into the overhead, so you'll just be able to reach up and arm it and have a fire button that will end up in the panel right up in here, which you'll see. And then we're going to put the bottle right there. It'll service the engine bay, and there's a couple nozzles that actually go up in the cockpit if we end up using those. I'm not sure. We're back here on the parachutes. You see we made these holes in it. Basically just took a 16 penny nail, heated it up with a torch, and just dropped it in there, burned a little hole in it, and then we've got nut zerts in the back here. We're going to bolt through this plate like that, like Paul's doing, and then we can pack the chutes, and then we're going to run our wires somewhere right in here. In fact, now we can actually drill our holes. Cool. That'll be our next step. Okay, there's our bag installed. We've got our hole for our lanyards for our parachutes. They're going to fish through from the back side here. We're going to drill the holes for those right now, and then we're going to pack the chutes and you'll see it done. All right, we got our parachute. It's our drogue chute. We've taken them apart. Basically, this spring loaded, so it shoots out of here first, drags the bag out, separates the bag from the parachute. This is just tucked in here, and the parachute is in there. Hot pink, shreddy pink. There they are, 2 packed parachutes, ready for the cables to come through. We're just got this last little bit of welding to do right here, and then we're going to fish these cables through these top bars and bring them all the way down here. You will not be able to see the cable until it comes out right there. Very clean. All right, quick update here. We've got our brackets in for our new device that I'm not going to unveil just yet, but it's going to be pretty cool. We've got our parachute cables routed through here, all of our pool stuff in, you saw, and now he's working on this roof panel. It's almost done. We figured out where the plug-ins are for the headsets. We figured out where the fire suppression button's going. That's drilled. And we've got our hinges cut out of stainless with the brass bushings in them. You can see that. And now these will get all polished up and then put in a tumbler and tumbled to be all polished up. So that's the final version of our hinge that goes right there, and these will just be really cool looking once they're in there. They're quite heavy too. They'll add some mass to this thing, but those are all made up, and we've even got fills all made up here for the Mojo boat, and we got a couple more to make for the rear, but yeah, and we've got a few of them to make up here. What do you think? Another 20 of them here. So if you need any of these cool stainless hinges, hit me up. We will sell them to you, and you can have some Pirahna originals by Paul. Panel going on. Uh-oh, I hear a car. Fits on there quite nicely. And the whips will come down through here. Uh-oh, boss man's here.
Well, hopefully they never have to get used.
Aren't those cool?
Beautiful.
And the cables are all hidden. Everything's hidden. You don't see them anywhere. You'll only see them come out and go to the parachute right there on each side. Completely hidden. Okay, getting to the end of the day. We got a bunch of new stuff showed up here. We have a reverse tap to go with our Himes, no big deal. We got our bulkhead fittings that we're going to use for our parachute. Here, we're going to put these in here to make this clean where they come out nice and straight and clean. And we got our cup holders. These are a shallow depth cup holder. So Basically just to hold your drink when you're sitting still, not to travel, obviously. Those parachutes look so nice. We got, what else we get? Got our vacuum block, and we got our wiper. Yep, we got our wiper arms. Unfortunately, they do not fit. They don't fit this spline, so we're gonna make our own spline or figure out some way to attach these by welding this spline in and using this set screw to travel through the whole thing and attach itself. So we'll come up with something there. And got our first safety device, our shreddy blue paddle, extendable paddle. So Paul is working on the roof panel. He's got it pretty much mocked up, looking pretty sharp. And Justin did not make it in today. He's feeling under the weather, so we're falling behind here a little bit. We've got our fire bottle located right there, and we're going to run 2 nozzles in the cockpit and 3 nozzles back here in strategic locations to spray this engine compartment if something were to go awry. And we got our replacement glove box. So again, we're only using that for the inside of this. This got a little bit melted, trying to make this one, and then he's going to build a cover that goes in the inside of this to hide all of this and make it look real clean. So you'll have a nice clean trim ring around this thing. Should look 100 times better than it does now, but pretty amazing that he was able to make that. Okay, we've got our lever readjusted, and we've got our pin in. Our first of 2 parachutes. He's going to pull the lever and see what happens. Good. Yep. Pop. Now push it back. Sweet. Do that a couple times. Nice. So that is routed through here, through this frame, up this tube, around this corner, into here, and all the way to this handle with dual controls, and one goes out the other way, just the opposite. So now we'll rig that one up. It's working out perfectly. Parachute straps are in. See if they both pop at the same time. Ready. Dead on.
Nice. Perfect.
We couldn't have done that better if we tried. Push them back through. Almost like we knew what we were doing. Parachute system complete. Cup holders. The back of this boat is done. Moving on. I know you all want to see me fire these things, and I probably want to see them as bad as you do. I've seen the inside of them, I've seen the color, I've shown that. We will fire these. The problem here is that the shop is very dirty right now from all the sanding and everything else, and I don't want to contaminate these parachutes. I want to keep them pristine and clean. So at some point we will pull the boat out, we'll put down some plastic or something, fire the chutes off, and stretch them out, and just, you know, see how far away from the boat they are, how they look, what size they actually are. That will come in a future video, I promise. Okay, this panel is almost done, ready to be married to the front panel, and that should be done by tomorrow. Okay, if you've made it this far, you see we got the parachutes in. Just showed you that. But something's missing here. On the last episode, there was a wing going right here. We decided not to put that wing there. A couple reasons. One, it allowed us to put the cup holders here. It allows us to let somebody sit back here and hang out. But I didn't want to throw the wing away. I didn't want to scrap the wing idea. So we put it right there. That was what those brackets are for. So this is just a mock-up right now. This all has to get massaged right in here and blended and some fill and make some cool shape here with tabs, rounded tabs, and really just make it look sexy. Light bar is all in. That is a zip tie right there holding the wires for traveling down the road. But yeah, there it is. It is very, very cool looking. In fact, I think it actually, I believe it actually looks better up here. Ski tower pulls right out from underneath it. Hopefully it doesn't raise up too much where that doesn't work, but honestly, we're probably gonna tow somebody behind this thing one time in its life, or a couple times. It's not something we're gonna do all the time, or tubers, something that the rope's down low, so that ski tower will work just fine. Gonna get the gull wing panel started today. This panel should be done. Still have to bend all of this down, radius the corners, make all those fit, and tie it into the nose. That's the goal for today. So next episode, gull wing should be on, interior should be completely done, all A-pillars, all this is getting boxed in here, and these back panels will be all on and have the ECU, the controls, center console going in. So we're starting kind of final assembly of the cockpit area. Still got to build a few more panels here, but it's getting close. So I've been gone pretty much all day. Paul's been here by himself. We did get a delivery today. We got some plugs. These are rubber plugs. I believe they're 1.7 inch plugs. I'll show you what those are for in just a second. And we got our breakaway for our kill switch. It's going to go in our center console more than likely. These are going to go right here in these corners, so that gives us that access to here to be able to route electrical and anything we want to route down through here. We'll be able to remove this rubber plug from the roof panel and have access to that intersection to fish stuff out, or maybe remove these cables or anything like that. Alright, there's the roof is on there. It's still temporary, it still needs some work, but you see the amazing work to blend all of this and make it all fit. Just beautiful. Got that spine down the center. Still has a bunch of work to do on it, but you get the gist of it. This panel is also not getting welded on 100%. We're using panel bonding adhesive to do most of the bonding of that. A little bit of welding, but mostly bonded. Stronger. What's the advantages of that, Paul?
Less welding and
less chance of warping the panels by welding.
No warpage really. They'll just be welding in the corners, and then there won't be any flimsiness to the panel. It's going to just lock it down with our style of inner structure we have.
So there's kind of the final look. Gull wing panels will fit in here, and there's our that's for our linear actuator, and then we got notches that need to go in here for our hinges. You saw the hinges earlier, but there's our wing on there. I think at some point Paul's going to make that wing out of aluminum. Not really happy with the Chinese wing that we ended up getting, but it'll do for now. We'll see if it'll do the speeds that we're going to put on it. We are going to wrap this project up and hopefully get it into the water and get it tested. Then Paul will come back. Paul's going to be gone for 2 weeks. If you've made it this long, thanks. Hit that like and subscribe. Paul's going to be gone for 2 weeks again. He's got some other projects going on, so he keeps taking breaks to come help us out. Then he's going to come back, and we're hoping with 2 to 2.5 weeks, we will have this thing all painted, like done, ready to go do what we built it for. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.